you're out there and you're joining me live, give me a shout. If you're catching this on a hashtag replay, if you're catching this on a replay, drop me a hashtag replay. Sorry, doing some yoga earlier, so we'll take this madness out. Tonight is night 4 of our 5 days of things to let go of now series. Night 1, we talked fear of failure. Night 2, we talked constant self-doubt. Last night, we talked about letting go of... Ooh, it's making a funny sound. I don't know what it's doing. Okay, and then tonight we're going to talk about letting go of the need for validation from strangers. So if you're out there and you're joining me, give me a shout. Let me know you're out there. Okay, like I said, tonight is all about the need for validation from strangers. Looks like I got a couple people hopping on. Yes, it is 8:31, so I'm going to get started. So when it comes to the topic of the need for validation from strangers, this is another big one that hits home for me. It's a lot like last night, but like I said, this is kind of going the other way. So this is about strangers, okay? Now, when I say validation, I'm talking the topics around I'm trying to decide how I'm going to explain this. Like, I had all my notes and my stuff, and I'm kind of like, I don't think I like the way that's worded. So yeah, the need for validation from strangers. So when I say validation, what I'm talking about is having to feel like you have to be, again, like last night, living up to others' expectations, but this is for strangers. So this is when you ask questions, fishing for compliments, fishing for information, wanting to know if you're doing something right. This is that kind of stuff, but this is from perfect strangers. So this isn't the same as like living up to your mom and dad's expectations or your friends or your bosses or, you know, even your own. This is complete strangers. Now, a lot of times we find ourselves in these positions where we start asking people, like I said, the biggest one when it comes to validation from strangers, and it's funny because I like to people watch, and I notice that a lot of us tend to want to get the opinions of people we don't even know. So we're going to ask them, like I said, usually it's when you're fishing for compliments, you're looking for that self-esteem boost, and you're going to ask them like, hey, does my hair look okay? Or you're going to ask them, hey, does this work this way? Or what are your thoughts on this? Okay, because you're trying to get some kind of attention, and that's usually because your own cup isn't full enough. Okay, that's usually where that stems from. I know for me, that's a lot of where it used to come for me. Because having struggled with a lot of anxiety and depression, I was always asking people for the answer that I already knew. So a lot of times it was asking people questions that were revolving around my looks, my self-esteem, my job, around things I wanted to do. It was almost like I had to ask permission to do things. You know, when people would say no or they disagreed with what I really wanted to do, then it was like, what did I ask for? Like, if that wasn't the answer I wanted, but that's exactly what it comes down to. Why are you asking for things? Why are you asking for this validation from strangers? I mean, honestly, what does that do for you? Besides give you more anxiety and more worry and more stress, because now they're saying their own opinion, they're giving their own thoughts, but it's not something that you necessarily agree with. Think about it that way, okay? So like I said, the first big way that most people look for validation from strangers is fishing for compliments. So like I said, you might have gotten a new do, maybe you bought a new handbag, maybe you got your nails done, and nobody says anything, okay? So now you're thinking, nobody cares about me. Nobody noticed that. Why didn't they say something? And then you feel this need to tell everybody what it is, and you're like, hey, do these look okay? Just so you can get this feel-good feeling from someone outside of yourself. And the only thing that does, like I said, it's going to give you more stress and more worry and more anxiety. Hey guys, I'm seeing people pop on. Hey Mel, hey Alec, thank you for joining me. Got some ladies popping on the other side. But yeah, that's the only thing that's going to do is it's going to bring you more of that, and then you're going to want to ask more and more and more. And like I said, in turn, you're not filling your own cup. You're not having the confidence to know, hey, yes, I kick ass on whatever thing you're asking about, and you don't need that validation. You know that you're good enough. You know that it is good enough. And even if they don't notice, who cares? Okay? Is it really that important to you for a stranger to give you a open-ended compliment when it's not even real? I mean, think about it. Like I said, another big way we look for validation from strangers is in the asking permission side of things. Okay, rather than doing what we really want, rather than tapping into that intuitive self, tapping into the universe, that higher power, and really deciding to make our own decision, no matter what other people think, no matter what their perspective is, as long as you're happy, and I mean that in the nicest, least selfish way possible. But yeah, you are allowed to be selfish. You are allowed to do the things that you want to do without getting permission from others. So just because they think that you're going somewhere and it's not cool, what difference does it make? As long as you're happy. If it's something that's going to encourage your growth and your personal development and it's not going to hurt you, why do you need their permission? What, because now they tell you that it's lame and it's not cool, now you don't want to do it anymore? What, because now you're lame and not cool? I mean, honestly. So that's a big one. Stop asking for permission. That goes back to what we talked about earlier this week about you not telling yourself that you're a priority. Alex says some people look for validation because they don't trust their own beliefs or their own opinion, and that's another issue. Yes, and that's so true. That comes down, like I was mentioning earlier, the self-esteem, the anxiety, the lack of confidence. It all comes back to you. And that's why letting go of these beliefs are huge. So like I said, like on Monday when we talked about fear of failure, Tuesday we talked about constant self-doubt, yesterday we talked about living up to others' expectations. Like I said, it all wraps in. It's crazy. So when you really break it down, once you begin letting go of these things, you tap into your intuition. And when I say intuition, I'm talking about that gut feeling, that presence that you have inside of you, that little Jiminy Cricket, this idea of something inside of you that is bigger than you, okay? Even bigger than your soul. It is this connection that you have with the universe that when you learn to develop that, when you learn to tap into that, you no longer have those thoughts of needing validation from strangers. You no longer have that constant self-doubt. And yeah, it's going to creep up every now and then because we all have those little triggers or feelings or memories that pop up. But they are doable. They are actionable to be able to bring back. Alex says lack of self-worth and getting into the habit of allowing others to define you rather than doing what we were created to do in the first place, which is to be ourselves. Exactly. That is what we are talking about. That is the root of it all. It's really getting in touch with ourselves. And that's the first big step to letting anything that we've talked about go, is you have to get in touch with yourself. And most people are too busy to do that. We talked a lot about that last night, and I'll go back on that soapbox tonight. It really is. You have to get in touch with yourself. And there are several really great ways to do that. The first way that I learned that really helped me was meditation. And for those of you sitting out there that go, I don't have enough time for meditation, I can't sit still, my nose itches. Bullshit all the way around. I don't want to hear it. Because you do have plenty of time. Like I said, I'm not going to go down the whole tirade of last night of why we don't have enough time. If you want to see my rant, go check out video 3. But again, you spend X amount of time on your phones, surfing through social media, doing emails, commuting to work, making dinners, doing things. You have plenty of time for you if you want to make time for you. Like I said, that was probably one of the best quotes, and I'm so glad I saw that in my feed, was when that woman, like I said, I wish I could remember who it was, and it's kicking me in the ass. I'm kind of hoping maybe she watches one of these videos and goes, it's me. What she had said was, when you're telling yourself that you don't have enough time, when you're telling yourself that you can't do something, when you're telling yourself that you're not worthy enough or whatever, what have you, that's like looking yourself in the mirror and telling yourself, I am not a priority. Like seriously, if you say that out loud, you look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am not a priority. I'm telling you, I got this bad gut feeling. It was not a good reaction. I felt like shit. It was horrible. And now when I look at myself and I'm like, I am a priority. There is plenty of time for me. I can do this. Now it's just a matter of tapping into that energy. It's looking to the universe and going, okay, these are the things that I want. This is the reality I want to create. This is the story I'm now rewriting. Help me tap into the energy to make it happen. And that's a lot of times what it is too, is when we're trying to manifest something, we're trying to change some behavior, we're trying to really reprogram something in our mind. oftentimes we're like, yeah, the universe, like, I want to manifest this. It's all you, babe. Like, give it back to me. Be my sugar daddy. Well, I got news for you. Some steps are actionable. I was going to say actionable actions that you can take now. And that's why I love writing those, like, what do you desire prompts. I love writing, like, how would this make me feel? And a lot of this stuff you'll find you can do it now. And then when you start doing it, when you start acting as if and living as if, that's when the shift happens. And that's when your self-worth changes. And that's when your self-love changes. And this is when you start making time for you because it feels good to have the time for you so that you can get to the time for you. This is when the change happens. But a lot of it has to start inside. So again, cycling back, that starts with you. So yes, meditation is a great way to get inside yourself. Sometimes it can be a little bit scary. I've seen people that sit there in meditation with their eyes closed and it triggers some kind of stuff going on in there and then they freak out and they're like, well, I can't sit with my eyes closed. Then don't sit with your eyes closed. It's cool. You can just mindfully meditate with your eyes open. That's fine. You don't have to sit still. Unless you're like some monk on a mountain that has trained yourself to sit still. I gotta ask you, I don't sit still through a whole giant meditation. Half the time Declan's climbing on me and licking me and biting me and whatever else. Got news for you. I don't sit through a full meditation either. But the universe isn't judging me on how well I sit still, or if I don't itch my nose, or if I don't think about what I want to have for dinner. It's judging me on what I'm putting out there, what vibes I'm putting out there, what I'm seeking inside of me, so that it can make the connection. Like I said, it's not the little stuff that it cares about. This is the big picture, okay? So yes, meditation, you're not expected to turn your brain off. You're not expected to not itch your nose. I'm telling you, it's when those things happen that you want to do them. Because if you don't itch that nose, all you're thinking about is like, I have an itch. I need to itch my nose. Okay, well, itch your nose so you can stop focusing on that and go back inside and get deep, okay? So think about it that way. You're allowed to do those things. Another great way to self-reflect, so to fill that cup, so you're not asking others to validate you. You're not asking others to help with your self-esteem and your lack of confidence and any kind of scarcity that you're having, is, like I said, journaling is a big one. Like I said, I never even really liked journaling until recently. And I'm being completely honest. I advocate for it. I think it's great. And some people can tap right into that. Me, it took me a while. And it wasn't until I learned my human design, it wasn't until I figured out what makes me tick inside that I finally was able to revamp my journaling and do it from a place of the feels. Okay, so that is something I encourage. And like I said, that's looking at the prompts, like how would it feel if I didn't need the validation of strangers? How would it feel if I made my own decisions? What are my new beliefs around validation? Like you start asking yourself these questions, you start writing it out, you start getting honest. And that again is when the shift happens, because you're going to notice that a lot of the things that you're writing are things that you can do now, and then leave the rest to the universe. Start putting yourself on that platform, start putting that vibration out, and then everything else will line up. So that's the second great way to do that. The next way, like we talked about last night, a lot of communication. Talk to somebody you trust. Get a mentor, get a coach, get a trainer, get a therapist, your sister, your mom, your best friend, whoever you can trust, but have a conversation. That is huge. When you can find someone that you can open up to and you can, oh, bless you, buddy. Oh, bless you. You good? I'm sorry, my cat just sneezed twice. I had to say bless you, my bad. So, are you good? Yeah? Okay. So, communication, yes. So, yeah, find yourself someone you can talk to because, and this is not validation from strangers, I'm telling you. Get someone who is trained in this because that's the only way it's going to help you reprogram if you are not confident enough to do it on your own. If you don't trust yourself enough to do it on your own, to meditate, to dig deep, to understand what's coming up, find yourself someone who does, okay? That is why there's coaches like me out there. That is why there's yoga teachers. This is why there's therapists. It's amazing. Alex says communication is key, but mutual comprehension is also key too. Otherwise, sometimes it can feel like talking to a brick wall. And that's usually when you realize you are not talking to the correct person. Like I said, you don't want to just pick anybody out of your friends list on Facebook. Like I'm talking, like I said, you want a therapist, somebody that's trained in understanding how the psychology works. You want somebody that has done the inner work before you, somebody that's had the life experience, somebody that gets it and gets you, but isn't going to sit there and tell you what you want to hear because that's that validation. That's not what we're here for. You want to dig deep into yourself. You want to get real, you want to understand, and you want to fully tap into that intuitive nudges. So when you get those gut reactions, when things happen around you and you have guidance, that's when you know you're going the right way. Okay, you want to follow those intuitive nudges. Don't ignore the universe. Don't not trust your gut. I'm telling you, that's often the only validation you need, is that inner strength of your intuition coming out. And most of us don't hear it all the time. We don't hear that little voice in our head. We don't feel that little nudge in our hearts. We don't feel that gut reaction. A lot of us are just so far pulled away from it, we don't even know what that is anymore because we're too busy being busy, worrying about what others think, doubting ourselves, not trusting ourselves, and looking for answers in all the wrong places. It all starts here. And that is something I am deeply working on right now, because I feel like I've got all these strategies for life, all these keys for life. You know, I've got a good job. I'm building my own business. I've got great friends. My family's pretty good. All of these amazing things, but that's all outside work, right? I am so right on. Of course I am. Thank you. No, but in all seriousness though, it's understanding, and like I said, I can have all those things on the outside, but if I'm not doing the inner work, it's not helping. It's like I'm a fraud, okay? And then that's the vibration I put out, and even though everything seems great, there's still something off, and that's the stuff that's going to keep you up at night. That's what's going to give you that awful feeling in your gut. That's what's going to give you the headaches. That's what's going to drive you crazy until you are able to crack open that little voice inside of you. You're able to take that little tiny space and nurture that flame and make it bigger, make it brighter. So this way you are really tapping into yourself. So I kind of got off on a tangent about that. But yeah, so tonight is all about the validation of strangers. And I think another big thing I'd like to touch on, just looking at my list here, is social media. Because nowadays, you friend everybody on Facebook, you follow everybody on Instagram, whatever you do on Twitter to tweet other people. And most of them, again, unless it's somebody that you really know, most people are strangers, okay? They're celebrities maybe that you like, they're authors that you follow, they're other people with other well-being pages or things that whatever interests you. I don't care if you like skateboarding, rabbits, birds, bugs, whatever it is for you. But you follow these pages, and then we start commenting on things, we start seeing things, and we, again, search for the validation, but these aren't even really real people. I mean, honestly, some of these pages are just bots, like they're computers, they're not even real. And we start looking at them. It's like the women who look at models that have the perfect skin and the perfect boobs and the perfect bodies and all these things, and they're like, oh, like what if I looked like that? Would you love me more? What if I did that? Would more people want to be my friend? What if you start, again, you're looking for that outer validation, and it doesn't make any sense. It's not doing you any good except to stress you out, make you not sleep, you have more anxiety, more worries, and now you're really making yourself too busy to have time for you because you're too busy worrying about what everybody else is thinking about you when they're not, they don't care. Trust me. And again, none of us are ever going to shake that. We all, in some level, are looking to fit in. We are looking to be that perfect version that everybody's going to love. But it's never going to happen. And the more confident you are with yourself, the less that those feelings come up. Like I said, you'll never get rid of them. That is not what this series is about. You'll never fully let go of anything that we've talked about the last 4 days, and we'll talk about tomorrow on the last day. But there are ways to tune into you so that you can go ahead and diminish that presence, okay? You can acknowledge it when the feelings come up, but nothing says you have to respond to them. Nothing says you have to react to them, okay? You can treat them, it's your dinner party. Your life is your dinner party. You are the host. It's up to you what you give your attention to. So if, that guest shows up and it's just not somebody you want to talk to, say hi, acknowledge them, say thank you. I know you're here and you've been there, but I don't need to talk to you right now. Go to the bar, send them to the buffet table, whatever. And focus on the guests that you want, okay? Focus on the energy that you want to have, what's helping you enjoy your party, your life. Do that, okay? So let me know if that resonates. Let me know if this makes sense. Let me know if you've got anything else coming up, any questions around this kind of stuff. Because like I said, this is a big topic, and we are so overexposed to it. Again, whether it's on social media, it's people when you go to the shopping malls, It's your quote unquote, friends. It really is. It's not necessary. But again, that comes with time. And like I said, that comes with doing the inner work. So meditating and journaling and sitting with yourself and just really getting comfortable with you. Realizing certain things are not going to change. They're not going to adjust. It's just a matter of getting so comfortable that you make them confident. You make those parts of you sexy. You make those parts of you, you. You make yourself a priority and you don't worry about the rest of it. You're not asking for permission for things. You're not asking if things are good. You start with you. Okay? So that's kind of a short one, but I think that's all I've got on that topic. Does anybody have any other questions? Anything coming up? Tomorrow night is going to be night 5, and we are going to talk about, on the last night of 5 things to let go of right now, we're going to talk about letting go of control. Yeah. And those of you that really know me, you know I'm a complete control freak. So this is going to be a fun topic tomorrow. It's going to be really juicy. It's going to be a good time. So come hear me talk about being a control freak tomorrow. This is going to be fun. So tomorrow is night 5, and it's all about letting go of control. So definitely, hey, Delray Chef, if you're at pause, I'm not, and that's a bummer. But I will be there tomorrow. It's Friday, oh my gosh. But yeah, let me know what you have coming up. Let me know what's going on. Like I said, give the video a watch. Catch up on the last couple of nights if you haven't seen them. They are phenomenal. Hey. Yeah, like I said, Fear of Failure was a super opening up for me. If you don't know much about me, that one's got a lot of good scenes from my past life. Night 2, Constant Self-Doubt, was a good one. Last night was a fun soapbox kind of night, so go check that one out if you're looking for some excitement. Tonight was all about letting go of the validation, the need for validation from strangers. And like I said, join me tomorrow as we talk about we're going to let go of control and how good that feels and how to do that and the best way to start responding to all of those nudges. Okay? But with that, I am out. If you have questions, drop them in the comments. I am here for you. Or DM me if you've got anything as well. But this is the stuff I love to work on. This is the fun stuff, and I am here for you. Bye, guys. Oh, hang on. Comments are probably up. I almost was going to hit end. Great job. Thank you. I watch your videos, but I just snuck in to say hello. Oh, but hello. No, I'm always happy to have people here. I'm always happy to get opinions. I'm always happy to hear stuff because this gives me more to talk about, and sometimes I forget about things, so this is always a good thing. So yeah, always drop your comments, drop your stuff, #replays, let me know what's going on. And any way, like I said, that I can serve you, please let me know. Like I said, I've got a lot of really great resources. If you're looking to learn how to do anything that I've mentioned in these videos, check out my website. Sorry, gentlemen, but my ladies only Facebook group is on Facebook. It's Vibrant, Carefree, and Fabulous Females. Check that out. I do work with guys on that note because Jeff did ask me that the other night. I do work with men. I'm not as prevalent with them. My focus is mostly women. I'll watch later though. Good stuff. Yay. Yeah, my focus is mainly women because I am a woman, so I tend to relate to them better. I tend to understand better. And like I said, my perspective is coming from that side. But all of the tools and strategies that I use are definitely applicable to the male world. So yes, I do work with men. I just don't advertise it as often, so tell your friends. But on that note, like I said, I do offer weekly classes. So if you're looking to try some yoga and meditation, I offer them online via Zoom. If you are in the Delray area, I've got some fun stuff that's going to be happening over at Yoga Shala and Atlantis Salt Cave. So stay tuned for some of that information. But like I said, I do have online classes, so it's easier. There's no commute. There's no fighting for traffic, trying to work it into your schedule. You can do these from home, on the subway, wherever you are. Kind of make them work. Mondays are Meditation Monday. That's at 8 a.m. on Mondays. Tuesday nights at 8:30 p.m. is Kundalini Tuesdays. Thursday mornings at 8 a.m. is Tune-In Thursdays. That's an intro yoga class. So if you've never done it before, you just want to do some basic stuff, that's a nice gentle flow. And Saturdays, I have Yin Yoga at 8 a.m. And that is those grounding poses. We hold them for 3 to 5 minutes. Stretch the fascia. That is a good class for you men, especially if you're weightlifters, things like that. This is going to open all of that body up for you. I do recommend it. Like I said, the meditation class is great for everybody. That's an intro. We do some breath work. I give you some guided meditations. Got a ton of scripts. It's a good time. But that is fun. You can sign up for those using the link in my bio. Click class signups. You can sign up by the class. I have class cards available. Or if you want to up the ante, join my monthly membership. That is the best bang for your buck. That is all of the classes I teach are included. I drop the replays in the membership site. I offer journaling prompts, some group coaching. So if you're looking for more of this, but on a more personalized level, that is a great way to start. Or if you are ready to really up the ante, my one-on-one program, A Householder's Path to Peace in an Amped Up World, is available. That is a 6-week program with me. Every week you focus on a new topic. And like I said, it's very personalizable, but it gives you enough structure and accountability to make you successful. You know, week 1, we spend the time going over your goals and your human design. You're going to learn how you tick. We're going to tap into those desires and set you up for success. Week 2 is the emotional and mental level. We're going to talk about the limiting beliefs, what's holding you back from those desires. We're going to bust them, get you some affirmations, give you some guided meditations. Week 3 is the psychological, so that's where I'm going to give you a meditation that's kind of like giving you a meditation you're going to do for 21 days, something that's going to reprogram your mind so that, yes, you can have everything that you've ever wanted. Week 4 is all about boundaries. So if you're one of those people that struggles and feels guilty when you're saying no, like I said, the validation of strangers, you're asking for permission instead of doing what you want. That is for you, because boundaries are super important. You are allowed to be selfish. You are allowed to be a priority. That is what week 4 is for. Week 5 is the physical. I want to know how you're doing, how you're sleeping, if things have changed, your nutrition. We're going to check in on everything. And then week 6 is all about the spiritual. That is that intuitive guidance. We'll see where you're at. We'll set you up for success for when you're done with the program. And if you join that, you get access to the Mindful Movement Tribe for the whole time you're with me. So keep that in the back of your mind. So like I said, lots of great ways to work with me. If you're looking for more information, more videos like this training, sign up for my weekly newsletter that goes out every Sunday morning. There's videos like this. There's workout tips, essential oil of the month or the week. I put nutrition, I put a recipe in there, journaling prompts, all kinds of fun little things. So totally sign up for my email list, and that's where you'll get all the good specials and all the other fun stuff that I offer in there too, so you get the heads up before everybody else. So definitely do that. And if you're just looking for some guided meditation, some videos, things like that, you can totally check out my YouTube page and my SoundCloud as well. All of these links are in my bio, so go there, click it, and then pick the appropriate tab for what you desire. Okay? So on that note, I am out. It has been a pleasure. If you have any questions, anything comes up, you watch this again, something else gets triggered, drop them for me. I will answer them for you. And I have lots of love for you guys, and I will see you later.